What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK, Trottler brother, dr.blick, the darkest man, who around it today, guys. I am here with NinjaStar. Say hi to the people, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm MrNinjaStar, and I'm happy to be making my return on the Dr. Blick's channel, where today we're gonna be having a fun discussion.
Yeah, it's always great to have you back on the channel, and in today's video we are going to be talking about One Piece World Seeker and the meat of the game, which is the story mode. But before I start off this video, I just want to put out there, I got a Discord and I've had one for a while, so I would like you guys to check that out. We are going to start watching anime on there, like short series together, and I'm going to put the poll to the options that we're going to watch in the description, so make sure you check that out after the video. But anyways, we are going to be talking about the story mode for One Piece World Seeker. So I'm going to give it over to Ninja and ask him, what are your expectations going into the story mode, and what does this story mode need to do in order to be a good story mode for this game?
Well, first of all, I think it's important that people remember the very first announcement that we got for this game. The first announcement, we didn't even know the title, was literally called One Piece Project Dawn, and we just called it that for like a bunch of months because we never got a trailer or teaser or anything like that. So in that Project Dawn announcement, it was basically said where Eiichiro Oda is going to have some involvement in this game, and this game's going to have an original story that's going to be like really well written and all that. And it makes you wonder, like, I even made a whole video about this. Is Oda gonna maybe have some involvement in the story? Is he maybe gonna design a character? Because I think in Unlimited World Red, he designed the main villain for the original story there.
He did.
But I don't think he had too much involvement for like the events or the sequence of events or whatever. But with this game, it could be an exception to where maybe he does have a good amount of involvement. Maybe it's like, maybe he manages to tie something in with something like we've never seen before, and this could go back to the whole burning Marijoa image that we got. I think it was last month or the month before, something like that. And I think that obviously alludes to the story, and we knew that was talking about One Piece World Seeker, so I think that there's some connection there. So the original story, that's already kind of confirmed, and I feel like the obvious answer would be that it's going to involve Luffy, because, like, you know, Luffy was in the trailer. It seems like he's going to be the only playable character. But there's also that idea of how is he going to be in the middle of like a burning Marijoa and then like an original story. Like, is he going to be with his crew? I don't know, but I still think it's going to be something we've never really seen before, and Oda's definitely going to have a decent role in it. Otherwise, they wouldn't say he's having more involvement than usual.
I totally agree with that. Like, we know that Oda's going to be involved. They've emphasized that a lot, that he's the guy behind the story. That's a good thing. The story itself is not really going to be the issue. It's going to be how the story is done in terms of presentation. Like, you got, for example, Burning Blood. The Marineford story is a good story, but the way it was done in Burning Blood wasn't really that great because of the way they formatted it. Battle after battle after battle, 2v3, 1v3, like battle after battle after battle, stack on in terms of the villain's durability during who you're fighting against, battle after battle. It was really repetitive. It didn't really expand what One Piece is in terms of what you can do with the story. It really kind of boxed it in to only Marineford, and it was done through multiple people's angles, and the angles weren't really that different. It was just, yo, I'm going through point A to point B with a different character fighting a different set of people. It didn't really give you a different feel with the characters you're going through with it, with the story mode. But with this game, what it needs to do is show us that we're a legit serious story mode, because Oda can write a great story, but it doesn't mean the story mode is going to be fun to play. So instead of what they did in the Unlimited World and had like slideshows that look kind of colorful and nice and all that stuff, they need to actually do legit cutscenes. I would advise them to do game cutscenes. Screw the anime sort of cutscenes things that they did in Xenoverse 1 and 2. So with them, I feel like they should just do in-game cutscenes that they did with Storm. I feel like that would work really well. A lot of people would like that a lot better, in my opinion. I may be wrong. Some people may prefer actual like legit animated cutscenes. Me, I would prefer in like game cutscenes, which will be cool. Quick time events will be something that a lot of people like to see, because there's a lot of moments, a lot of scenes that you can add that would be really good for quick time events. And overall, like, just make it feel like you're going through a One Piece sort of world. We do know you have stealth elements, which is great. Stealth elements going to be really good in terms of what they're doing, in terms of getting from point A to point B. It's going to be really good in terms of creeping around, in terms of hearing the Marines' reaction, hearing the cutscene, knowing the objective of that certain mission. Doing all those stuff is going to be great. Like, that's going to be dope. Me, in my personal opinion, I feel like they need to take tips from games like Arkham Knight, games like Spider-Man, like the previous Spider-Man games, or depending on how well Spider-Man PS4 is, they can take tips from that in terms of the presentation, in terms of the execution, in terms of how characters interact, how the story is done, in terms of the fluidity, in terms of the cutscenes and everything. If they can do it like that, I feel like in terms of visuals, in terms of overall aspects, in terms of look, I feel like it'll be good. But Ninja, I gotta ask what do you think about this? Like, all the stuff I've said, like, give me your 2 cents on this.
Yeah, I do like what you were saying with everything. I feel it's not going to be a case with Burning Blood where we're going to see like multiple perspectives, because I mean, Marineford's a great story, but if we've already, most people that play Burning Blood were One Piece fans to begin with, so seeing Marineford again, I mean, Marineford's a great arc, but seeing it like 3 different times and like perspectives and all that, it was not fun. I know the story mode is very repetitive and all that, but I feel with World Seeker it isn't going to be the case at all, because this seems to be mostly the focus on Luffy. It's not really, like, then again, we don't have too much details on it, so it's still is kind of tough to say, but given how this game is centered around that one character, I don't think it's going to have an instance like Burning Blood. I think it's going to be completely different. And to kind of respond to what you were saying about the whole animated cutscenes, I'm okay with that. What I've noticed is that, like, pre-rendered cutscenes, like certain ones like in Xenoverse 2 and all that, those are great, like in Storm, those are great. But I'm okay with an animated cutscene, but it is kind of weird though, not gonna lie, when you're so used to that nice animation, then you just go to this like the random 3D model, which looks good, but in comparison, you know, it doesn't really, it is a bit weird of a jump, and that's what made the story mode of Xenoverse 1 it made it kind of weird at certain points, but
they gotta be consistent.
Right, but yeah, that's why I feel those 3D cutscenes could definitely work out. And as far as like the length of the story mode, I don't remember if you addressed this, but I feel it could at least be, don't make it like a 3-hour game. I want it to be a decently long campaign, maybe 8 to 13 hours bare minimum, because, okay, that might be stretching it, but like, given how the
10 will be good. No,
yeah,
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
You're good, man. But like, I feel 10 hours is the bare minimum that I feel that should be there, because given how this game's gonna be like something really, really big, obviously it's not gonna be to the extent of something like Uncharted or Assassin's Creed or whatever, but this One Piece isn't popular enough franchise to where I feel they could even have maybe at least half of that. Even if they have at least half of that, then I'll be okay with it, because those games are already so big enough as is. They put a lot of time and effort into their worlds. As someone who actually recently replayed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I was like, if One Piece World Seeker can do even half of this, which I'm sure they'll do even more, then it'll be great. You will truly feel like a pirate. You'll truly feel like you're playing Luffy, and you'll be exploring all the worlds. And like, if you can explore, I guess going with the original story, because I don't think it's going to be like in just one location, like how, you know, the Marineford story is. I could totally see Luffy going around to different islands, because if it's just that one plain area, because I mean, what they showed in the trailer, obviously that's edited footage. It's not actually going to be, you know, exact in the game, but that world looked cool, but it did feel a bit bland, because there were like, what, 3 common people there and then some Marines. There was something special about it, but I feel if they maybe have it to where Luffy goes from island to island, like how in Assassin's Creed, I don't want to keep, I'm using that a lot because, you know, both pirate games and One Piece World Seeker can definitely take from that. I feel if maybe it correlates with the story, like that's how, with the events, Luffy's going to need to travel to do his mission or whatever. We don't know his drive. Maybe it could just be something like a filler type thing, but it doesn't matter, because either way, I think they're going to put a lot of time and effort into it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, when it comes to the length of the story mode, because I didn't really address it from my side, I feel like it should be 10 hours. Whether they want to do animated cutscenes, I'm gonna readdress this, by the way. When it comes down to whether they want to do anime cutscenes or pre-rendered cutscenes, they gotta keep one or the other. I don't want back and forth. I want one or the other. I don't like it when they go back and forth like, yo, we're gonna put this animated, yo, we're gonna put this like gameplay cutscenes. I don't want that. One or the other will be good. And in terms of side missions is important. Like, when it comes to games like this, side missions are important. The difficulty is important, because I know people that played Sonic Forces, and one of the biggest complaints that they had for that game was the fact that that game was too easy. And I don't want this game to be too easy. Difficulty is something that's going to be very, very key to this game. Like, difficulty is going to be something that is so key to the game, to the point that it will make or break the game, because depending on how easy it is, it really kind of defines how quickly you're going to get through the story. Depending on how hard it is, it's still going to define how quickly you get through the story. So the difficulty has to be spot on. If I'm playing on a normal difficulty, I want some stuff to be hard, I want some stuff to be easy. If I'm playing on hard difficulty, I want it to be hard, but obviously not hard to the point where you're like, what the hell, this is BS, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you gotta give a good balance. And even on easy, there should still be here and there some hard moments, but obviously majority of it being easy. But when it comes down to the overall difficulty, that is as important as the gameplay as well, because if the game is easy and the gameplay is fun, it's gonna die really quickly, and that's a vocal point that this game needs to nail. So you gotta get good difficulty in terms of how it's done, in terms of what is easy, what is hard. They need to know that, and they need to know the amount of side missions on the game, because side missions is gonna be really important and really key to the game. And when it comes down to all of those stuff, if they get those stuff right, then for the most part the game's gonna be Gucci. Like, the game's gonna be like really good if they get those stuff right. It's just those little stuff that what ruins the game. Like, those little stuff is what ruins games like this. Like, they need to take tips of Spider-Man games that have done these before. Spider-Man, Batman, those games, those type of games are games that they need to take tips of how to get the difficulty right, because by the looks of things, it seems like they're trying to take elements from those series formats in terms of the way they're going about things. But Ninja, what do you think about the difficulty and the whole side mission aspect to One Piece World Seeker? So how important is it to
very good. So I feel with the whole difficulty, obviously it shouldn't be too difficult, obviously it shouldn't be too easy, and I feel a good, I guess, medium is a good way to go about it. Maybe make obviously I would say the beginning has to be easy. I just feel that's the best way to go about it, so people can kind of get introduced to the basics, how to go with Luffy, and as you get more into it, like, you begin to learn more combos with Luffy, you begin to do more with him. Like, as we saw in that trailer, it seems like there's so much potential to him, and as you know, as you get better with Luffy, the game naturally gets harder, and it gives that sense of progression that, yo, you're getting better as, you know, time goes on and all of that. So I feel it should get harder as it goes, but it has to start off at a decently easy, but not like anything too crazy easy, because I don't want a game that I can finish in literally like a few hours, because where's the challenge in that? Where was all that hype you built up for like an entire year? There has to be some difficulty, there has to be some challenge, so when we actually do beat it, it's really rewarding, and it gives us a great experience, because even though, I mean, of course we won't be going up against like admirals or anything, we're probably just going to be going up, for the most part it's mostly going to be like fodder marines, but it should still be tedious to an extent. So, you know, we really do feel like Luffy, because he doesn't always breeze through that. Sometimes when you have like large groups just attacking all at once, you can't always, you know, breeze through it too easily. You have to make it a fairly difficult, so you can, I guess, keep yourself busy in that game.
Okay, I got a question to ask you. So, do you want a game where, like you said, it progressively gets harder, or you want a game like right at the beginning, there's easy, there's medium, there's hard, and there's very hard, and obviously there's like the ultimate level? Like what do you like? Like, what do you prefer? Like, me personally, I prefer to actually set the game on a difficulty so I can know that it's going to be on that consistent difficulty, because with games that progress, they get to a certain extent where, yo, this is the maximum it can be, and since it's based around leveling up, it tends to be easier depending on how high the level like the level your character is. Like, what do you prefer when it comes to how they do the difficulty for this game?
Like the whole, like, going off what you said about the modes, I could see that working as well, because that does happen in other games to where if something is too easy, or if it's you know, if it's not really for you, if you feel this style isn't working, then you can obviously try something that fits more so to what you play games like. You know, there's the whole easy, medium, hard, super hard, whatever. With One Piece World Seeker, that could definitely work, but I feel maybe give the Marines a bit more attack, maybe give them a bit more health, maybe make it to where like your environment is a bit perhaps like you go on a different island. Maybe the island isn't the exact same and it's a lot harder to go around than maybe before, where you had a lot of mobility. That could definitely be interesting. I like the whole progression thing a bit more. Maybe that's just because more games I play tend to be like that rather than the actual you choose the mode. But either way, it could still work out. I trust the what's the company developing?
Gambarian?
Yeah, them. Because like you mentioned this to me earlier, they have a habit of getting better with their games, and we all knew how Unlimited World Red, it was an iffy type game, but they can totally learn from their mistakes, because this company is known to do that. They'll learn from their mistakes, they'll make it better, they'll look at other things, and, you know, hopefully improve it when it comes to their next game. And this is their next game, so they're going to be putting a lot of time and effort into this. They're going to be try to keep the mistakes to a minimum and overall make it a good game for the players.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. And yeah, as a whole, I do agree with what you're saying. But this video is getting a bit too long, so I'm gonna wrap up the video now. So make sure you check out NinjaStar. The channel link will be in the description below, and also make sure you check out that Discord link that I have. That will also be in the description below, and also there will be a poll that will be pinned to the comments for you guys to vote for the anime that we'll watch on Discord. And like I said, all of that stuff will be in the description below. And yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please like, rate, and enjoy this video. And yeah, this UK Trotler Brother will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.
Peace.